whatever dirty dealings she has going on behind the scenes, it's going to be found out. And I feel like the way that the public responds, there's going to be a pretty big backlash against it. Hello everyone. This is Moko from tarobyMoko.com, and I have another celebrity reading for you guys. And actually, before I begin, I've been told I need to do the YouTuber thing. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get going. So originally, I was supposed to do, I think, Lil Baby and Jada. I think that's what I had planned. But someone asked me to do, or to look up Lizzo. And this morning I was walking around looking for some greens and I just had the feeling to just, hey, I should do it today. I just got the strong urge to look at Lizzo today. So I won't ramble on for too long. Let's get started. First, I want to talk about her personality and where she's at right now. Okay. So I'm looking at Lizzo's personality first because, quite often what's shown to the public has nothing to do with what's happening with the real person in private. Just a few cars. Okay. I knew she would get this. So, Lizzo, she's actually a pretty powerful lady. She has the High Priestess, the Chariot, as well as the Hangman. And to be quite honest, these aren't bad cards at all. They're actually pretty good. I feel like what she's doing right now, her Lizzo persona, it's nothing like what she is on the inside. She's a highly intuitive person. Super smart. I don't know too much about her background besides that she's a singer, rapper-ish, and she plays the flute, and she's highly creative. But she's smart. She's book smart, but she's also, I guess, it's not really street smart, but she listens to her gut, her gut instinct. So she's incredibly intelligent, and I get the feeling that even though she's only been public for a short, or publicly famous for a short amount of time, she knows a lot of secrets. And this Chariot tells me that she's essentially a businesswoman. I wouldn't be surprised if later on in her career she may end up leaving music and starting some type of business on her own, some type of entrepreneurial thing that will make her more money in the long run. The only thing with her is that even though this High Priestess is here, which shows that she has a gut instinct knowledge of spirituality, I feel like right now she's kind of in spiritual limbo. So I feel like the thing that came in my head just now was the sunken place. I don't know enough about Lizzo. I just follow some of her antics on social media, but that's just what came into my head just now. Wow. But this Hangman, a lot of the times I see it as someone who's stuck. Sometimes I can see it as someone who's in a coma, or that they see the world in a certain way and they refuse to change their mind, which is what's making them repeat the same mistakes over and over again. But the more interesting thing with her is, and when I was shuffling, I saw this card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Devil here. So, I mean, this could be basically anything. I mean, and I don't always see the Devil as a negative card. When it comes to describing someone's personality, it can be that they're very charming, superficially charming, charismatic, funny, witty, all this stuff. They know how to talk to people and make them feel comfortable. But it does show that she may have some skeletons in the closet. she may just have some skeletons in the closet. And sometimes this does represent, drug addictions, or addictions of any kind, or potentially dealing with people who have addictions, and she's in Hollywood, so that's not surprising. But this is telling me that this energy is on her. But because it's at the bottom of the deck, I actually do feel like she wants to move away from it. It's just she's stuck. She's stuck right now. That's all. And next, I'm going to do a modified version of my shadow work reading and the life mission reading. So in those readings, and I won't talk too much about it, this isn't an advertisement, but in those readings I basically ask what's going on with the person, what's holding them back, how can they get to their highest potential, blah 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 blah. Because the person who requested me to read on Lizzo, they wanted to know specifically about her social media antics, and that's what I'm going to have in mind for this part of the reading. Oh, look at that. That's a beautiful card to receive. Oh, wow. Her cards are just jumping out. So that's one or two. Interesting. Okay. So, I mean, the fact that this Knight of Cups dropped out right away as I was shuffling, I've had this deck for a very long time, but it's not that great at shuffling. But the fact that this Knight of Cups dropped out right before I pulled anything, this tells me, I think this confirms again that Chariot card, that she's actually a very powerful person. And whenever I see that Nine of Cups for somebody, to me it shows that they have some sort of connection to the divine, to God, to Jesus, whatever your beliefs are. This person has a connection to that, so they're able to more easily bring down what they want from the heavens to themselves. So that's basically manifestation. So it's manifesting is easy. Well, it's relatively easy for her. So, you know, if her mind was right, I hate to say it that way, but if her mind was right, she could essentially take over the world. But the thing here is this Four of Cups came out, and it's showing that she's a little bit greedy. Let me move this. Let me mess up my beautiful spread to show you this card. So this card is of a little mouse. He's walking across the cups, and you know that's what rodents do. But this mouse, he has his paws and his tail, his entire body over every single cup, which tells me that this mouse is greedy. Is not fine with one, not two, not three. He wants all four, and I feel like maybe that's not what's holding her back, but that's probably what's affecting her manifestation ability, is because she wants so much all the time. And I actually see that with clients sometimes, where I can see that they are an incredibly powerful person. And sometimes they say, why aren't my manifestations working? And part of the reason is because you want too much. Whenever I see that Four of Cups, it's just somebody who is greedy. They're not really happy with what's in front of them. They're always wanting something more. And sometimes when I see that in a love relationship, that's the card of, you know, the cheater, the person who always thinks that the grass is greener on the other side. So she's very powerful. She's intuitive. She's connected to the divine, but she just wants everything at the same time, and quite honestly, that's not really how the universe works for most people. One step at a time. But I did ask, who is she right now? And there's a lot of money around her with this 10 of Pentacles here. And I feel like in terms of her career, in terms of her money, she's very happy, you know, and I feel like she's pretty much content. She doesn't really have anything to complain about. But I asked, what is her highest potential? And we have the Nine of Wands here. I've said in other readings, I don't like to get into people's and into these people's personal life too deeply, because again, I don't know them, the fans don't know them, they didn't pay me to get into their business. So I try to be as general as I can, but usually this card for me is the card of PTSD, of some sort. Of some sort. I'm not a psychiatrist, but it does remind me of PTSD, of somebody who was hurt plenty of times in the past, and it shows up here with this Three of Swords, that they had to build defenses against other people, and sometimes they use those defenses on the wrong folks. But on the positive side, those negative situations that she's endured in the past and perhaps now, she's become a very resilient person. And I feel like this is all confirming that Chariot card that was in the middle of her 3-card spread at the beginning. She's a very tough cookie. She's a strong person. She can basically get over almost anything. So I mean, that just shows that, you know, her power is there. And not only that, but this card is a little bit of an illusion, because at first all you see are a bunch of branches and twigs and whatever, but when you look at it more closely, it's basically a stairway to heaven. So like I said, she's actually divinely connected. She just needs to get her priorities straight. And next I asked, what's holding her back from her highest potential? And it's this heartbreak that's in the past. This Three of Swords, it can mean a lot of things according to different readings, but when I read on this particular subject, this almost always tells me that there's some type of childhood trauma in the past that is still with this person, it's still hurting this person, and sometimes people don't even realize that the things they've been through were actually traumatic. You know, they just think that it's a normal way of living, but it's not. And sometimes you get used to these tremulous feelings, to paranoia, to disappointment, that you don't even realize that you're bracing yourself in order to be disappointed. This is my personal tea, but I've been through some things as well, and I didn't realize that I was sabotaging myself because I was expecting people to hurt me. So I think that's what's happening with Lizzo right now, especially with the social media antic stuff. It's almost like she's getting ahead of the story. Like, you say these things about me, so I'm gonna be that first and beat you. You know, it's weird, but it makes sense at the same time. So then finally, with this type of reading that I do for my clients, I ask, what can she do in order to get rid of this Three of Swords energy? And she just has to build, she has to build stronger defenses, but her defenses have to be smart. You see here how this, first of all, spiders are very sensitive. They can feel movements with their legs. Do they call them legs? Their limbs, their extremities, I'm not sure what they're called. But they can feel changes in mood. They can feel prey falling into their web, predators that may want to come and eat them up. So I think that it's fine for her to be defensive. You don't always have to forget the negative things that happen to you. You just have to learn from them and build better defenses, be smarter, let the right people in and leave the wrong people out. That's all she has to do. I really don't see anything too tragic here for Lizzo. Okay, so I know that this subscriber didn't ask about this, but I choose to be nosy today. I'm trying to figure out what is going on with her and Captain America. Wait, actually, what is that man's name? Chris Evans? What is going on with her and that man? That's what I want to know. Because I listen to her music whenever I hear it around in the store or something like that, but I really don't pay attention to most of these celebrities anymore. But I did see the DMs or the TikTok or whatever that she made about okay, I'm gonna call him Captain America, all right? The thing she made about him, and his responses were nice, but the feeling I got from them were almost like, he was being nice so that he wouldn't get dragged. All right, so let's see really quickly before I get to her Instagram antics or social media antics. Let's look at her and Chris Evans. You know, I really shouldn't laugh at these people. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, you know, okay, so, all right, let's be nice about this. So to me, it looks like they both have money on the mind. And you know, Lizzo received this 10 of Pentacles in terms of how she is right now. He's thinking about his money as well, you know. I mean, that's what makes these people world go round. But in terms of how he feels about her, you know, I mean, I see this Two of Pentacles as sort of like a shrug, like, you know, but it's also a take it or leave it. So, I mean, it's not really anything serious for him. And when I look at this card here, the Three of Pentacles, for me, especially when I'm reading on celebrities, that just shows that this person feels like a fellow entertainer or a co-worker or like a fellow celebrity, something like that. It's not really romantic. But here, this Queen of Cups, I mean, it's not like he hates her or anything. It's not like he despises her or feels like she's stupid. I mean, it's a lovely card. So it's not like he hates her or he despises her or he thinks that she's stupid or a waste of time or anything. He does have some sort of compassionate feelings towards her, but I see that more as like general compassion, you know. But you know, it's not. You know, some people think that, oh, they're secretly dating. I don't see that. This looks like they're co-workers, and that's basically it. As for how Lizzo feels about Chris, I think that she actually likes him, but I'm not sure if it's romantic. It's almost like she kind of looks up to, like she actually is a fan. But then I see this Five of Pentacles here, and he may have left her hanging somewhere. Like, you know, this is the same card that I got for in the J-Lo and Ben Affleck reading. Look at that reading, guys. Please tell me if I was being too harsh, because I got some pretty nasty comments that YouTube automatically deleted, but I still saw them. And folks were calling me a hater. They were saying that I'm anti-feminist and all that stuff. Listen, a lot of these celebrities get into PR relationships, and a lot of them have interactions that are actually paid so that they can generate publicity for themselves. Like, it's not a surprise, all right? It's not a secret. But anyway, that Five of Pentacles, I got that twice in the Jennifer and Ben Affleck, I always forget that man's name, in their reading. And I see it here where she kind of feels a little bit left out by him, you know, kind of like he kind of gave her the cold shoulder. And I feel like that's sort of what this Two of Pentacles is hinting at, that he said a couple of things and then it was like skedaddle, you know. That's horrible. But you know, I'm not sure if her interactions with him helped her as much as she thought it would, because I feel like it added more and more, how do I say it? It's like, I guess it's almost like a monkey on the shoulder, or it added, it's not really a burden. It's more like so many people say so many negative things about her, and that whole thing with Captain America, it just added more dirt on her. You know, that's what it feels like. It feels like she didn't really, if she did that in order to gain some sort of notoriety or something, it kind of backfired on her a little bit, because now people are probably calling her desperate or something, and that's not what she wanted. You know, I think she was mostly just a fan being happy that he said hi to her, and I think people made a big deal out of it. So there you go. All right, next I'm going to ask about her social media antics, which is the main thing that the subscriber wanted to know. So what is going on with her behavior on social media? Okay. So I asked a few questions about her social media antics, and listen, it's hard not to come into a reading with preconceived notions about people, because you sometimes you interact with them, or sometimes you see them, on Instagram or whatever, and you think that this is what's going on. But from her previous cards, where I saw that she's actually very smart, she's a businesswoman, she's this, she's that. So I did ask if her social media antics, gimmicks, whatever, if it was a gimmick and if she was doing it as a business move. She's not. She's not. This is not, it's not. Her social media antics are not pre-planned. Those are her genuine feelings and genuine opinions. Because I think some people believe that whenever it's time for her to release a new album or single or something like that, that she does something shocking on social media to bring attention to her. No, that's not what she's doing. And I see here that social media is actually her community. I don't know what kind of friends she has, or if she's close with her family or something like that, but she actually does see her followers and her haters as family members. She sees it as a community. It's interacting with them actually makes her happy. She gets fulfillment from it. So no, it's not planned. And even here, I did ask if her social media behavior is part of some sort of PR package. It's not. I mean, maybe some of it is, but for the most part it's not. That's how she feels. Okay, let me ask one more question, because I halfway don't believe that, but that's what my cards say. Let me ask one more question. You know what? I'm glad I asked that question. So, because it seems like her social media antics actually are genuine, like that behavior that people may agree or disagree with, that's actually her. I asked, tell me the energy of Lizzo in public versus Lizzo in public on social media versus Lizzo in private. And so in public, I do pick up on frustration about how people view her in public. Definitely. Like I saw in her sort of pseudo shadow work life mission reading, she's a little bit greedy, and I think it's greedy for attention. She wants more. This Seven of Pentacles, a lot of people say, oh, you sowed your oats and now you have to wait for the harvest. No, this person is frustrated because he wants to speed shit up. That's what he wants, and he wants what he wants now rather than waiting for it. And that's her public persona on social media. But when I asked about Lizzo in private, why did she get this sneaky, man? The seven of swords. on a good day, the Seven of Swords means that you have to be diplomatic and very careful about what you say. But on any normal day, the Seven of Swords is somebody who's sneaky, who's a liar, who's manipulative, who will take without abandon. And then these cards were in the back. Whatever dirty dealings she has going on behind the scenes, it's going to be found out. And I feel like the way that the public responds, there's going to be a pretty big backlash against it. Now, I don't know what this is, and I'm not going to get into it because, like I said while opening this video, I really don't want to get into their stuff like that because, again, they're not paying me. But she's in for a rude awakening coming soon. And I don't think this is going to be like she's at the NBA where her butt cheeks out. I think this is going to be bigger. There's something that she took from somebody, or something sneaky that she did that's going to be found out. She will try to defend herself, but I think the negative reaction to it is going to be so strong that I don't know, girl. I don't know. I don't know, girl. So if she's thinking about doing something dirty, something grimy, she better think twice. But you know what? I think that backs up that she is divinely connected, but she's just greedy. And you know, sometimes, and I have to be careful about this as well, sometimes you start asking the universe, your ancestors, spirits, whatever, you start asking them for so much that you lose track of your purpose, what you're supposed to be doing, and then they just knock you in the back of the head. They take everything that they gave you away from you. So she better be careful with that. Oh, a lot of that fell out. Okay. Okay, so this is just the last question. These three fell out. These are here. Actually, I think Lizzo is Queen of Cups, and I mean that's a water sign. But for the most part, I don't really think that these tarot cards really, especially the minor arcana, I don't really think that it corresponds to a zodiac sign. So I'm like I have like 15 Sagittarius placements, but I'm Queen of Cups as well. So, you know, but I think this is her because it's showing up here with this Nine of Wands that she's very defensive. I asked if her social media antics are going to negatively affect her career. I'm not sure if the social media antics will, but somebody else, some other woman, she's going to come out swinging against Lizzo. I don't know when this will happen because it's the Wheel of Fortune. You know, when this stuff happens, it's not up to the person, but I do feel like this thing that's going to happen with her, of this woman, or potentially a group of women that speaks out against her and reveals some sort of truth or shines a light on whatever she's been doing behind the scenes, it's going to be divinely inspired. Like I said before, when you request from the universe too much stuff and more than what you're actually supposed to get, sometimes they give it to you and they take it back in the worst way. And I feel like this may be what's going to happen with Lizzo if she doesn't chill the hell out. Because like I saw in in the personality part of this reading, there really isn't that much negative to say about her tarot wise for her personality. She's just a little bit greedy, you know. But whoever this lady is, or this group of ladies, whatever it is, they're going to come out swinging towards her, and she's going to be on the defensive here. She's going to be on the defensive. So I don't know, girl. Let's see if I can give some closing advice for Lizzo. I mean, I already did. You know, it's basically stop being so damn greedy. Enjoy what you have now. Be grateful. We all need that advice. But let's see, advice for Lizzo. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. And trust the creative spark you're feeling, express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. So I mean, it's not, well, these, I mean, oracle cards, they're really bad, but for her, I think they're just telling her that she needs to kind of chill out a little bit, be more compassionate to the people around her, and probably be more genuine with her art. And do things that inspire people, because I think that Rumor song, it wasn't bad, and I don't think it performed horribly on the charts, but it probably didn't do as well as she wanted it to do, and probably the reason for that is because people can't really relate to it, you know. So, you know, just go back to writing relatable music, and she'll be fine. Okay, so that is all that I have for you today for the Lizzo tarot reading on her personality and social media antics. Again, it's Moko from tarotbymoko.com. If you would like a personal reading, just click in the description box and my website will be there. It's www.tarotbymoko.com. I am also on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, probably other places as well, but I just don't remember. YouTube, obviously. I do weekly energetic readings on TikTok and Instagram, and sometimes on Instagram I'll upload a card of the day. It depends on my mood. But also 2 times a month, myself and my friend Bex Tarot, we do live readings for free. So if you're into that, you know, join the live reading. But other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Sunday, and I will see you next week. Bye.